I'm just here for the food.
Oh, are we still going?
Like, you just jumped ahead 15 years.
Let's not get crazy.
That's not what I'm saying.
There's a lot of history there.
Hello, my friends. My name is Christine, and welcome to Vlogust day, I forgot what day it is. We're just doing videos every day, and I have no sense of time anymore. Today, we are going to answer a question I get sometimes, often. I would say a lot, but it's not highly requested, but I've heard it. You're really not interested at all, but you know what? This is my channel, and I can talk about what I want to. Sometimes I get asked how we, as a married couple, deal with money. And more specifically, who's the spender? Who's the saver? Do we butt heads? Do we mesh all the time? How does it work? How are we so successful with all the dollar bills?
I don't know that we're so successful.
No, I don't know that that's really what I meant to say. Are we on the same page? How did we get to be on the same page? Etc, etc, etc. Okay, if someone were to be like, well, who's the spender, who's the saver?
It's changed over the years.
So you think things are fluid and they're not set in stone?
I think people change. I think things, conditions, situations change.
And also, if you don't talk with your hands, are you even a mother?
I think I was the spender, you were the saver.
Like at the beginning.
And we had a couple like powwows.
Is that what you call those?
Come to
you
Jesus.
don't call those powwows?
Come to Jesus moments.
Well, I'm trying to remember what part of it made you be like, wow, I should probably stop spending money. Well, I don't know that we had any money.
We didn't have any money, and I freaked out over it all the time, so I gave you control. Best decision of my life. Right after marrying you.
Yeah, it was like right after, because I would try and like sit down to go over the bills with him.
No, I mean the order of good decisions was after marrying you was a better decision. Then giving you control of the money was the next best decision. You get it.
Do they get it?
I don't know.
I don't know that I get it.
I'm saying it was not the best decision of my life to give you control of the money. My best decision was marrying you. Second best decision was giving you control of the money.
Okay,
Thank you.
I got it. I thought you were going down this road of like, it was not the best decision to marry you, but one good decision I made was... Okay.
I bought a backpacking backpack.
Whoa, you just jumped way ahead in the story. You're saying at the very, very beginning, you would look at the bills and you'd be like, ah!
I freaked out every day. I'd like watch the money and I'm like...
You'd watch it go away.
I'd go away because we weren't making...
I think we only made like $600 a month.
Yeah. Like
for the whole first year we were married. Like we were both in college full time.
We were both working and we were making $600 a month.
Yeah, it was
rough.
It was rough. Yeah, so there wasn't any money, I guess. We were going to Boy Scout camp to work. This is 2 years later. Haley's about 9 months old.
So I had to have equipment for work. And so I was like,
You keep doing that.
I had a great deal on a backpacking sleeping bag. I needed to have a backpacking sleeping bag. It was Wyoming, it was cold.
But?
And I found one for like 25 bucks. So I bought it.
He didn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you, but
we didn't discuss it.
I didn't think that I needed to tell you because I was like, this is obviously a need. This is obviously a good deal. She'll be proud of me.
Instead of, I should probably keep my wife in the loop about what's going on.
I don't know why I forgot to tell you.
You conveniently forgot to tell me.
That's the lapse in my memory that I have no recollection of, and it's uncalled for.
It shows up.
The sleeping bag shows up in the mail, and you're like,
in the mail, and I'm like,
is this?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have any money. You just like buying stuff all willy-nilly on eBay?
You said eye for an eye, and you bought an MP3 player.
Without telling you.
Without telling me.
And okay, and then it showed up, and then how did you feel?
It was like straight up payback.
Yes, it was absolutely payback. See, this is how it feels when your spouse doesn't talk to you. That's exactly what it was. 100%. So from then on...
We always talk about big purchases.
Talk about purchases. At what point did you become the saver? Because you said you changed.
Paying off all of the debt. Like all the hard work that it took to pay off the debt.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship with money changed. Like I recognized how much work went into every dollar that we made. And I didn't like spending money on things at that point. Because I was like, man, that's hard-earned money.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see it do what I want it to do instead of just like paying all these things. Paid off the debt and like money started like piling up slowly.
Well, I'm like, I don't remember money ever piling anywhere. It was like
the number was increasing, right? Like our savings was increasing, our retirement was increasing.
Well,
slowly, but you would always come and tell me, I want you to see the numbers. I want you to see the numbers.
Oh, this is how much we have in savings. Like, this is how much we saved this month, kind of a thing.
And that, like, seeing that reward of like, hey, I'm starting to save money was a reward that I needed. The thing that adds value in the long term is financial security, knowing that we can take care of the family when things go wrong. And like, that's been more empowering than all the little purchases. So I think I've turned into more of a saver. Would you say I'm more of a saver than I was?
Yeah, what I'll say is that you've turned into a cheapskate. I wouldn't call it a saver so much as a scared to spender.
Okay.
Okay.
You better start talking quicker because...
No, I mean it in a good way. Like, it's really cute. It was, watch strap.
Watch band.
Watch band, because his watch band was broken.
Yeah.
And I don't think I knew that. Well, guess how much a new watch band is? It's $8, and he wouldn't buy it. He put it in the Amazon cart and left it forever. Just sitting there.
I was mad that the watch band I liked broke and they didn't sell it anymore.
But you also didn't want to spend the $8. He felt guilty about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should feel guilty about spending money on something like this, but I don't know if it was because you like hadn't talked to me about it, or you were like so into the saving that spending on something small was like dumb. I'm not really sure what it was, but like you were very hesitant to spend the $8 on the watch band. Like you felt like it was selfish.
I will say, like, I get paralyzed over like stupid purchases like that because I'm like, okay, I want to get something, but I want it to last. I don't want to just like have something like extra that's gonna just be junk around the house. Reviews on Amazon, all the goods and bads, pros and cons.
So you don't do anything.
So I don't do anything. I have made a lot of purchases over the years that I'm like, I totally regret. I've had buyer's remorse
Like,
on lots of things.
What? Ask me whatever you want to ask.
Okay, I'll say that more lately, you don't go crazy. I don't want to make like blow this out of proportion, but you buy things more easily maybe than you have in the past.
Yeah, I would like to explain that.
Would you please?
Why, sure, I will do that. Okay, I want to give an example as part of my explanation. As you watching this video might know, my channel started doing well in 2020. And well, it kind of started doing well at the end of 2019. So I was making a little bit of money, and I've never contributed a lot financially to the house. That was always Dave's thing, and my responsibility was to be a good steward of
Okay, just checking.
a good steward of him providing for us, right? Like not being the facials and like the nails and the massages all day.
Yeah.
While you were like out there
Right.
working your butt off. Okay.
That was our teamwork.
That was our teamwork. When the channel started doing well and I started to bring in income into the household, it feels very different to me. Like it's not mine and it's not his. Okay, it all goes into the same account. I feel like we're doing some really good things for our family. Like we're putting away money for the kids' college pretty aggressively. And so that's like so exciting to me. And there's so many things I have skimped on and been a cheapskate about. Yes, I've been frugal. I've purchased some good purchases while saving money in the past, but I've definitely been cheap about a lot of things.
Both of us have.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And a lot of those things.
And I'm proud of it. I'm just saying.
I'm not proud, but let's say my kids have gone without. Some things I probably should have just done for the sake of not spending the dollar. As an example, recently, Haley and Andrew are getting bigger, and I had them write out a list of things they had grown out of and that they needed, okay? So Andrew had like 2 pairs of shorts, 2 to 3 shirts, and like socks. Okay, my kids don't even make big lists. Andrew doesn't care about brands. Yeah, he probably needs socks that fit. So like a year ago, I would have gone to the thrift store, tried to get maybe some shorts for a couple bucks. I definitely would have gotten new socks, but I would have gone to Walmart like and kind of gotten the cheap socks, and they would have fallen apart after a couple months. So what I did is I went on Amazon this time, and I had Andrew sit with me and kind of look at everything, redeemed some Fetch Rewards points for Amazon gift cards, and bought them like new. I think his package of socks was $20, although I will say highly, highly recommend. They're amazing.
And the shorts that you got him,
they're so nice.
I wanted a pair. They were so nice.
And they weren't that expensive, but I'm sitting here thinking about, I maybe spent $100 total on Andrew. I would have gone so cheap a year ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. That's very, very new for me. That is something I'm spending more freely. Not that I'm going crazy or anything, but I did. Okay, I bought all of my boys new backpacks for school.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's just little areas in our lives that in the last year that like we've just stopped being cheapskates.
I'm just saying there's a difference between being a cheapskate and being frugal. While frugal, I was a cheapskate about some things. I would say me spending more freely now is me bringing in a little bit of income and using it to not be such a cheapskate with my family.
Yeah, maybe it's okay.
What's your dumbest purchase you ever made?
When I was 17, I worked at a restaurant. The dishwasher was a Navajo Indian. He sold me a sound system for my 88 Toyota Corolla. And for like $150. Subwoofer, box, amplifier.
In your Toyota Corolla?
In my Toyota Corolla. Sweet. And he installed it for me. And I didn't tell my parents. I was making like $4 an hour, spent like $150 on a sound system because I wanted to be bumping. I ended up selling it, I think, for like half of what I paid for it. The whole thing was sketchy. I go to his house and he's like, okay, I have this box, but that you can't have that one. You can have this one.
Oh, yeah.
What's the dumbest purchase you've ever made?
I don't know. I didn't make any I didn't make very many stupid ones. As a teenager, I was pretty responsible. I definitely didn't buy a stereo system.
Okay, you gotta give me something. We bought a house when we shouldn't have.
We bought a house when we shouldn't have. I don't know that that was dumb. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right?
It wasn't dumb. It was just about ego.
It was totally about ego and not about making a smart financial decisions. It turned out okay. I think it would have been better if we had not done that. I regret selling the second minivan.
Ooh.
I don't regret buying it because we did fix it eventually. I regret selling it.
You regret selling it?
I do. I ended up selling it because I had already told the girl I would. I could have backed out of it.
We should have backed out.
But I felt like I had given my word, and that was unethical of me. I wish I had kept that. How does a couple get on the same page and stay on the same page about money? Because I think it's so important to be on the same page basically in all the major aspects of a serious long-term relationship.
When you're able to put all of the numbers down on paper and try to strip away the emotion and talk about it openly. When you realize that you're the saver, she's the spender, whatever it might be, you get that on the table and you just say, hey, like, we're gonna acknowledge all these things. We have to like remove ourselves from our habits. For me, it was a little bit of an emotional thing. Like I always went without. Whenever I had a little bit of money, I wanted to buy something to reward myself for the hard work or whatever it was.
I think that's a really important point because I think everyone's gonna bring baggage into a relationship, financially or otherwise. Yeah. And I think it's important to acknowledge that. He grew up with not very much stuff,
yeah, or
money, like nice clothes or like anything you wanted as a teenager. And I'm not saying they should always have everything they want, but that can be really hard. Feel like the outsider as a teenager.
Getting all those things stripped away and then being able to talk about it often. Setting goals together. I think that was the thing that just put the icing on the cake for you and me, is we set goals together and we worked towards them. And when we achieved them, man, it was rewarding, especially when we got to reward ourselves for getting out of debt, saving up this much in our emergency fund. When we had those little benchmarks, we went and we celebrated by going out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah, Ponchos.
We went out to Ponchos to celebrate one time. If you've never been to Ponchos, just raise that flag.
Raise that flag, baby. I'm gonna say the key to all of it is communication. I think stripping the ego away is a big deal. I always felt like I was very open to talk about stuff. Like, I want to talk about stuff. This is bothering me, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Or this is my goal, this is what I want to do. Like, join me.
Okay.
Okay, that's how I feel like I am.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Feel like we both need to be that.
I haven't always been, yeah, like certain topics have been very emotionally charged for me and I don't handle well.
Well, I think everyone's going to have one of those.
I think that's the way money was when we first got married, remember? Like my bad habits for spending, my inability to make money, like all of those things were reflections of me and I just took them poorly, and so.
Like an insecurity.
Yeah, maybe. Like just take this burden away from me, I just can't take it anymore.
And I didn't screw it up.
And she didn't screw it up.
Okay, so today, would you classify yourself as a spender or a saver?
I'm definitely more of a saver than I used to be.
I'm more of a spender than I used to be.
Yeah. But
I think that comes with having a little more money. I think it's a good thing that your income doesn't stay like this your whole life. It should go like this. Like your career trajectory, your education, you get promotions, you get raises. That makes a big difference. I would have classified myself as a saver before,
Save or forced to spend on all these kids things?
And I would say I'm like,
Okay.
depends on the day.
Yeah.
I would say I'm mostly a saver. I don't know if you learn anything, but it was fun chatting with you anyway. Have a good night. Have a good day. I don't know what time it is. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.